morning, inspired, be informed. Let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Efanshuku, aka Meta, from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on the morning drive. 106.5
n'afọ nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ. Angelus.
Mama Kosedru Abaptal Maria.
So guys, like, subscribe and share.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Brazil, Sebru Anonyeli, Eden God's next tip or Nine, Ojas and God's Pumafwa. Ekene Maria Egyptel na God's Pumafwa give Jesu. Maria, their son, then get to go. Okwe Melaro, Ekene Maria, Egypt na Brazil, Osebru Anonyeli, Eden God's next Tiboronine, Ojas and God's Guma forgive Jesu. Maria, their son, and Ketubu, we are alive on the Jabalanya, your own name, Ketukuja, so I went to Grace. Ayo, I know Yogi Ochuku, Kirin Brasa, Nimodiai, Carbon the Angel Puterusama, where my liver are Christian Wally, Sister Afria Novia, where Batano Stone and Beaten Awaya, Stella Christi Divinani. Amen. What's told the Rena, Nawana Monso, What's told the Rena, Nawana Monso, What's told the Rena, Nawana Monso, Amen. Pablo Bindini no Galaga, Pablo Bifas Rican and Loqua. Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ ka Chineke dị ike niile gọzie ụnụ nna na nwa na mmụọ nsọ.
Amen.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM after Angeles, 6 o'clock a.m. and the 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona, the FM brings the news with actuality.
I believe that people are hoping for a new Nigeria.
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good morning and welcome to Abona, the 103.5 FM news update today, Tuesday, the 16th day of May 2023. And the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Efanshuku is my name. The headlines. Anambra Assembly Speaker escapes death in auto accident. Ibazo using proposed council poll as landmine against Otis government, Abia elders. Appoint committed party members into your government. Anambra APC begs Tinubu. NYSC barred from issuing disclaimer against Enugu governor-elect. Carlo as deputy speaker will end IPOB agitation, Abia group. Multiple people die in fire at 4-story New Zealand hostel. Now, details. Anambra Assembly Speaker escapes death in auto accident. The Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Uche Okafor, narrowly escaped a motor accident at Aguoka Junction in Oka, Anambra State capital on Saturday night. According to reports, the accident damaged the Speaker's car beyond recognition. The accident was said to be the second to happen at the axis that Saturday night. Accident at Aguoka Junction, popularly known as Immigration Junction, has become almost a daily occurrence and usually involves trailers and other heavy vehicles, which usually leaves damages to victims and their properties. It was gathered that earlier, the former managing director of Anambra State Synergy and Advertisement Agency, Chief Judge Jude Emencheta, had an accident at the same junction that left him unconscious, while his car was also damaged beyond repair. The source said the speaker, after receiving an emergency call from Emencheta's friend, thereafter rushed to the accident scene together with some of his aides and took Emencheta to the hospital. On their way home from the hospital, the speaker stopped at the scene of the accident and tried to pick up important documents and other personal belongings of Chief Emencheta, which were left in his damaged vehicle to avoid losing them to vandals. It was while searching for the items that another trailer lost control of its brake and hit the already damaged Emencheta's car while the speaker was inside. The trailer also hit the speaker's car, which he parked by the roadside, and with the speaker escaping just by a whisker, the source added. Although the speaker and his aides did not sustain any injury, the vehicle was badly damaged. Ikpeazu using proposed council poll as landmine against Otis government, Abia elders. Abia State Elders Consultative Forum has raised the alarm that the proposed local government election by the outgoing Governor Okeze Ikpeazu-led government was a landmine against the incoming administration of Dr. Alex Oti. Despite a court injunction against the proposed exercise, newsmen gathered that the council poll may hold on May 19th. The forum, which had earlier advised Ikpeazu against pushing ahead with the poll, said it had become necessary to shelve the proposal to avoid plunging the state into avoidable legal war and political upheaval. According to the forum, it is curious and suspicious for the outgoing government to be bent on the exercise when there are other matters of urgent importance that should bother the government. National President of the forum, Archbishop Prince Will Ariwodo, said it was very unlikely for Ikpeazu's successor to accept the outcome of the election. Hence, it made no sense wasting public funds on the exercise. Ariwodo said the exercise was a ploy to pitch the eventual winners of the poll against the incoming governor in the event that he decided not to recognize them. He urged Governor Ikpeazu to abide by his earlier promise to hand over a peaceful state and to avoid anything that could be a distraction to his successor. The cleric advised Ikpeazu to rather reserve the funds meant for the exercise for the incoming administration for other good uses. This is as the former commissioner in the state has queried the enthusiasm of the outgoing governor in conducting council election when he was unable to pay workers' salaries. The ex-commissioner who served under Ikpeazu advised the governor to jettison the idea and rather think of how to reduce the backlog of salary arrears that led to the current shutdown of the state by labor. Appoint committed party members into your government. Anambra APC begs Tinubu. The Anambra State branch of All Progressive Congress APC has pleaded with the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu to ensure that only committed party members from the state would benefit from appointments in his administration to help build APC in the state. In a communique issued at the end of its stakeholders meeting in Oka, the party observed that many people from the state occupying federal positions were not committed members of APC, which was the reason they did not work hard during the February 25th presidential election. They resolved to build a united house by setting up what he called an eminent persons committee that would immediately bridge the gaps among building leaders and critical stakeholders of APC in Anambra State. The communique signed by CJ Shimoba CC Udemwa and Val Oliobi read in part, "We use this opportunity to appeal to the incoming president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a true party man to consult the party in the state in all appointments for Anambra State to make them committed to the affairs of the party. We insist that non-APC members shall not be given any federal appointment as lot of Anambra State, as this measure will help us to rebuild the party. We acknowledge and thank all those who stood with the party and labored for the minimal successes recorded at the last general elections. We may not have delivered in terms of highest output of votes during the presidential election given the general mood in the southeast, but it must be borne in mind that the state suffered from massive verbal and physical attacks by belligerent and aggrieved youths in the state. However, we contributed in our little way by checkmating rigging, thereby holding down the figures against APC, giving the obedient waves and the sentiments with the resultant hostilities against APC in our geopolitical zones. The statement reads. NYSC barred from issuing disclaimer against Enugu governor-elect. The Federal High Court, Abuja, has restrained the National Youth Service Corps from further publishing a disclaimer denying the issuance of a certificate dated January 6, 2003 to the Enugu State Governor-elect, Mr. Peter Mba, ruling on an ex parte application moved by Mr. Emeka Osani San on behalf of Mba. Justice Inyam Ekwu also barred the NYSC Director Corps certification, Mr. Ibrahim Muhammad, from continuing to issue a disclaimer to the effect that Mba's NYSC certificate was not issued by the Corps. Ozana brought the motion under Section 13, Subsection 1 and Subsection 2 of the Federal High Court Act Cap F12, Volume 6, Law of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and ordered 26 Rule 6, Subsection 1 of the Federal High Court Civil Procedure Rules 2019. Justice Ekwo granted prayer 1 on the motion paper. The judge, however, refused to grant prayer 2, saying that it was far-reaching, but rather ordered the plaintiff to put the defendant on notice. He said that the second prayer was an issue to be adjudicated upon in the substantive suit. Consequently, the trial judge ordered the applicant to serve the defendants with court processes within 2 days of the order. The motion ex parte was predicated in 10 grounds. He said, after graduating in law from the University of East London in 2000, returning to Nigeria and as a prerequisite to practice as a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, applied and was admitted into the Bar Part 1 program of Nigerian Law School. Mba said upon completing the Bar 1 exam, he had to wait for the Bar 2 program and was advised that instead of spending time adhering around, he should proceed to the mandatory 1-year NYSC program. He said he was called up for NYSC and was deployed initially to Nigerian Post Authority Apapa for his primary assignment, but was rejected by MPA before securing the law firm of Ude and Associates. Justice Ekwo adjourned the matter until May 22nd for hearing of the motion on notice. Kalo as Deputy Speaker will end IPOB agitation, Abia Group. Dike Uche, the convener, said this during a solidarity march by the stakeholders to the National Assembly in Abuja on Monday. A coalition of Abia stakeholders says the choice of Benjamin Kalo APC Abia as the Deputy Speaker of the 10th House of Representatives will end the agitation of self-determination by the region's people. The Southeast has over the years been beset by separatist agitation spearheaded by the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. Dike Uche, the convener, said this during a solidarity march by the stakeholders to the National Assembly in Abuja on Monday. He said Mr. Kalo remained the sole consensus candidate for the position of Deputy Speaker chosen by the region. According to him, such inclusiveness in the choice of Mr. Kalo, a Southeasterner, will end the agitation for self-determination, subside, and help in the healing process. He said Igbos are demanding the position of Speaker, but since the APC has zoned out the seat, the choice must be respected. He said as one of the members currently in the House of Reps, Mr. Kalo has distinguished himself and discharged his responsibility creditably well. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Multiple people die in fire at 4-story New Zealand hostel. New Zealand authorities said Tuesday that multiple people have died after a fire broke out overnight at a 4-story hostel in the capital, Wellington. Emergency services were called to the Lufas Lodge hostel about 12:30 a.m. Wellington Fire and Emergency District Manager Nick Pite said 52 people have been accounted for, but that a number still remain unaccounted for. I can sadly report that this will be a multi-fatality incident. Our thoughts at this time are with the families of those who have perished and with our crews who valiantly rescued those they could and attempted to rescue those that they couldn't, Payat told reporters. This is where we draw the curtain on news update on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, A quick look at the headlines. Anambra Assembly Speaker escapes death in auto accident. Ikpeazu, using proposed council poll as landmine against Otis government, Abia elders. Appoint committed party members into your government, Anambra APC begs Tinubu. NYSC barred from issuing disclaimer against Enugu governor-elect. Kalu as deputy speaker will end IPOB agitation, Abia group. Multiple people die in fire at four-story New Zealand hostel. You just listened to news update on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze. Thank you for listening to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news update. Once again, good morning.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles 6 o'clock a.m. and the 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM. Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/GistFM every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride.
Let's go!
It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona FM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio.
From 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Ifeanyi aka Meta from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Like, subscribe, and share, right? Thank you.
On 103.5